Hello, fellow warriors against consensus reality, lovers of truth, wisdom, and the Hellenic way, lovers of sarcasm, irreverence, and slayers of two-faced, hypocritical, backstabbing gobshites. It's been a while. I had to just allow myself to experience the festive season, I suppose, and the oh crap, I've eaten too much Fallout. And things are kind of settling back to a sense of normality. So I thought, and it's not a disgustingly warm and humid day. So I thought, yep, it's overcast, it's rainy, it's cool-ish. And this is a conducive day for a video. Usually these days I feel like I won't put out a video unless I've got something I feel I need to say that hasn't been really said before, or just to catch you lovely subscribers up on the madness that is my little bird's eye view of the madness that is this current era. And I usually turn everything that I see around me in people and community and national level and global level with a whole lot of sarcasm and humour. You have to, otherwise you drive yourself crazy or you get angry so much, and that's going to affect your mental and emotional health. Isn't it precious? So all you can do is laugh and take the piss out of everything. And just be glad that you're not a brain-dead normie who's enslaved to the mainstream media and mindlessly parrots said mainstream media. You can always tell people who are brainwashed because they start to mindlessly parrot the sound bites that they hear from the great propaganda machine, and they start labeling everything as misogynist and patriarchal and blah 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 blah, and without really realizing that, hey, you've been brainwashed. But that is what it is. In this day and age, I've noticed people becoming more weird, even just where I live. I mean, there is one woman, I'd say she's in her early 30s, I'd say. She always walks by with a pram, and I do feel sorry for that baby, I have to say. And when she walks past, she always looks directly at my window, for whatever fucking reason. And that is what it is. My books are falling all over the place. But, I don't know who she is. I don't know what her problem is, but she always looks directly at my window. Fuck knows why. Or the local snobby Karens who look down their noses at my lawn, which is not a perfect green carpet like the perfect lawns of England. Yeah, my lawn is covered in those little yellow dandelion flowers because they're the flowers that the dwindling bee population loves. So I give my lawn over to that because fuck, I'd rather support the local bee population than to satisfy the insane desires of the local snobby Karens. And when you that's the thing, I suppose, my point of today's rambling. If you reach a point in your life where you truly don't give a fuck about what anyone else says or thinks, then you've reached an insanely wonderful level of true freedom. And no one can take that away from you unless you let them, right? And then you could be dealing with serious issues that only you truly know every single day of your life. And when you do try to share some of your issues with others, they immediately talk about their issues, and they experience this too, and it just makes you regret that you've said anything about your issues at all, and you just go back to quietly persevering, dealing with one day at a time, and quietly, and being proud of yourself that you've made it through another day, one day at a time. Yeah, that's the kind of world we're living in. We're living in a world where people are dick measuring physical and mental health issues. Yeah, that's the world we're living in. But this is why I'm happy to be a lone wolf and a hermit, and to fuckery with the outside world. I've cocooned myself in my little world. I have a very, very small group of people that I enjoy hanging out with, and fuck everyone else, right? I was, speaking of everyone else, I caught a video short of a Joe Rogan podcast dealing with the vaxxers and the anti-vaxxers and all that kind of stuff, and how an increasing group of brain dead normies are realizing that they've been had by this scamdemic, and they were jabbed 1, 2, 3, 4 times for nothing by an experimental drug that people have no fucking idea what it truly does to the human DNA. And you've got people who are realizing, oh fuck. And of course, Joe Rogan took the perspective of, well, you know, these people who were really hard on us purebloods, we need to forgive them and whatever. I'm sorry, but you can shove your forgiveness up your arse, as the lovely Irish would say. I remember what these people were like to us during those 2 years of scandemic propaganda and fascism, because it really was. It was fascism. It was medical fascism. We were living under 2 years of medical fascism. I'm sorry, but the only person that has a right to decide anything about your own body is yourself. Right? Medical sovereignty matters. You are the only one that has control and say so over your own physical body, no one else. And if they do try, then the world has got a wee bit of a problem. And so it's kind of interesting, because the above mentioned normies, their ego minds will not allow them to acknowledge that they were totally wrong, and I'm sorry, they won't. They were the worst kind of snitching, backstabbing cunts I had the misfortune of dealing with during those 2 years. All because I actually did my own research and thought for myself and used my own fucking brain. But that is what it is. And if people do wake up and realise, oh crap, there's something not right here, and that goes on to provide them the fuel to go down their own rabbit hole, fantastic. But I will never forget, and neither will I ever forgive. I think forgiveness has received a serious amount of altering thanks to all those years of Abrahamic gobshite fuckery. And yeah, that's no. I mean, respect and honour demands that you just quietly move along and pretend that the other person is dead. That's just the way it is. And no, it doesn't make it okay. You just let the situation, you let the person in question go for your own peace of mind. Nothing more, nothing less. You know, if someone hits you on the cheek, present the other one to them also. Yeah, that's the biggest load of pussy bullshit I've ever read in my life. And I must say, it was weird the other day when I was hanging out with two of the very few friends that I have these days. And we were going, they were nice enough to offer me a lift home. And I was walking to their car, which happened to be parked right next to the local Seventh-day Adventist church, of which I was a member at one point, and a hardcore proponent thereof. So when I take the piss out of these Abrahamic gobshites, been there, done that, from one extreme to the other, from the Greek Orthodox Church priesthood, which I almost joined, to the Seventh-day Adventist Church, right? Been there, done that, thanks. And it was weird because we went to the car exactly 10 minutes before their worship hour began, which was kind of weird, and it made me realise how far I've actually come in those, geez, when was the last time? Yeah, 26 years. No, 25 years, there we go. Yeah. Just wow, you know. And that's a good thing when something like that happens. I mean, that's part of your wonderful daily synchronicity, and it helps you to, it's like a quiz at school. It helps to suss out your progress. And so I was more than happy with yesterday's little synchronistic quiz, I suppose you can call it. And that helped me to realise just how far I've come in those 25 years. And you know what? You honour yourself when you come to that realisation, because it does take a lot. When you've got ego mind constantly blabbering in your mind and pumping you full of fear of any kind of change, small or large, and you overcome that and you change anyway, well, that's a huge fucking deal. Be proud of yourself. But I'm just happy that I can get off the bus, walk down the mall, and purposely walk through the alleyway of junkies and watch them fearfully parting the Red Sea for me. It's great. Especially when you have those snobby Karens in the mall looking at me, and they kind of nervously, they probably don't even know they're doing it, clutch their purses closer to their person. But if you have people you can truly count on who have seen you during your most vulnerable and are still there loving you and supporting you, then you're one fucking lucky individual. Those people do exist. They're very, very, very few and far between. They're extremely rare, but they are there. And one of them's probably listening to this right now. You know who you are. But yeah, think for yourselves. Find joy in your everyday life in small ways, because it's those small ways that are the most important, right? And for fuck's sake, shut off the news, please. The sarcastic, irreverent, heathen hammer wielding lone wolf on guitar, out.